goal he had. For somebody
Hey,
who should have been speaking about tech, the tech for his goal was more impressive than anything Phil Foden did that whole game.
No, that's not true.
yeah, that's not true. But we're not going to fall for it, Ahmed. No. We see through Egal what he's trying to do. With regards to Doku, with regards to what Doku did, listen, this is the funny thing is, right? I myself, Ahmed recognizes tech. Chelsea Ahmed also has spoke about Doku. You guys often have to wait until it's GA. We don't. We can see the player and we can see the ability and we can ask for it. Okay, let's have it relate to GA, but we know the quality of player. Now, even before he was delivering on the assists in the United game, on the goals in this Napoli game, I've been saying, just give me some consistency, Doku. Be healthy on that pitch. Know how to find your spots. I think we're getting the third year Doku, and he's chefing up right now. He's cooking.
Hey, this is the biggest Doku defender on the planet. Does he start versus Arsenal?
So it'll be interesting because he's now played 2 games in a row, right? I don't know if Pep's going to switch something up to bring a wrinkle. Because I don't know if you want to talk Arsenal so quick, but in my opinion, all right, in my opinion, it looks like Arteta has been really dragging out these games in terms of these 90 minutes. And let me use an analogy. He's pulling teams to have to play out in deep water. Right? He's making you have to struggle for the first half. And then the second half, when you're tired, he's then taking advantage. So I don't know if Pep does something where he's like, let me hold on to Doku because I might need that creativity later in the game. And we look to, because again, we're playing away, we're playing at your house, and we might look to just, let's keep things kind of close and let's bring on the difference makers late. I'm not too sure. But if Doku doesn't start, I'm not going to kill him for it because I know the player he is. I'm not going to rate him and think he got dropped. I know that it's tactical if Pep chooses to do that.
All right. So let me just pull up the Man City team. What Man City team do you want to see? Because I'm not going to get to do a preview with you. I just kind of want to touch on this quickly because I could show you what I think the Arsenal team is going to be. If Odegaard is going to be injured, so it's either going to be a situation where immediately you see Ethan come in, or
Ethan.
You could see Ethan come in and start. Or it could be a situation where Martinelli.
You want to see the manager trust Eze there.
Or it could be a situation where Martinelli comes in, and you see Eze in that position. One or the other.
Okay.
But if I was to put my money on it, he would want to keep Eze. He'd want to keep Eze as is, and most realistic option. If this happens, I'll be annoyed.
But you know who's going to do that, bro.
Why would you be annoyed? Why would you be annoyed?
Wait, by the way, Saliba's back, so Saliba's going to start.
Yeah. Why would you be annoyed if he did that?
I don't want to Mikel Merino, Declan Rice, Zubimendi midfield. I don't feel like it offers us enough freedom to attack.
But you're thinking of the attack.
If this was more like this, it would make sense. But the fact that Moreno is cooped up in this area and Rice is in this area and Zubimendi's so far deep, we don't create enough space and overloads without a traditional.
What about the defense though? You're only thinking one side. Egal, you're only thinking one-sided of things. You're only thinking on the attacking side. What about defensively? Because correct me if I'm wrong, because you guys have already played Liverpool, and I'm nowhere near Liverpool.
We played a similar formation versus Liverpool.
And Liverpool have a strong attack. After Liverpool, would you say that City are the next in terms of teams that you would be worried about attacking wise?
Yeah.
So
I think City have the best manager, Liverpool have the best attack.
Okay, but you face teams that don't quite have the same quality of attack as a City, and you've set up defensively. I don't think you should be surprised if Arteta decides to do the same thing.
Would this be your team?
Defense looks proper. Keeper, yeah. The only thing that might change is we might see a Bernardo Silva and an Oscar Bob instead. We might, but
Marmoush is injured, right?
Marmoush is injured, yeah.
So Oscar Bob.
So what's the deal with him? Is it bad? Is it? I know people were fearing ACL,
knee injury, no?
Yeah,
I know. But how significant?
I think at least 2. I don't think he's back until November.
Oh, shit.
He sprained his knee.
Another Turkey.
So Oscar Bob on this side, Silva on the left, or Foden on the left? What is it?
No. No. Silva off.
Okay,
Silva's actually off, and Doku's on the left.
Okay.
I think we might do that.
All right, so that's what it's going to look like.
Is Savinho not? Is he injured as well?
No, Savinho came back. He actually didn't look good coming in to play against Napoli, and Napoli were a man down. But I'm not going to kill him for it. I think he's
not started loads in it though.
Yeah, no, he hasn't started, and it's one of those where I don't think he starts until we see a poor performance from either Bernardo Silva or Doku right now. But I think he's an early sub.
And where did he play against Napoli? What position, left or right?
Yeah, he came over on the left. He actually came on for Doku. He looked all right. But...
People saying Egal, what the hell's that lineup? Personally, I wouldn't want to start Moreno, Rice, and Zubimendi. I would rather we either play Eze in the middle or we play Ethan in the middle and have more creativity, and maybe start Martinelli and Ethan together, or what do you call it, Ethan and Eze together in the left.
Egal, my question is to you, yeah, is because I saw your tweet saying that people say that Eze can't play on the left wing, so I'm insinuating that he was like, I just want to know how come you're annoyed, isn't it, if he's playing on the left? Because your tweet.
No, I have no issue with him playing in the left. I just want a midfield three with at least one creative player. I don't view Mikel Moreno as a DM like some people say, but the way that we're using him in the team, he's either becoming another attacking, another box crashing midfielder, but we still lack the creativity and the connection between the lines.
You don't fear City like you have in previous seasons. That's why you're like, let me go more creative, more attacking.
No, because we're at home. I expect my team at home, regardless
of who the onus is on you. This game. This is the game. I think this can be a significant game. I don't like reading too much into individual results. And if the result goes against one of these teams, obviously the fan bases. There's still plenty of football to be played, but if City go to Arsenal and win, I think that sends a signal out to the rest of the Premier League, who may have doubts, like myself, that I'm not sure what the ceiling of this City team is. Likewise, if Arsenal lose to City, I think that's coming shortly after a loss to Liverpool. I don't think it's insurmountable because it's only 6 points, but I think that will put big doubts in fans' minds and possibly players' minds. So that's why I think it could be significant.
Arsenal in the past decade before Arteta had a really bad record versus Man City, and it was
of course. Everybody. I think almost everybody did.
You could say it was a mental block. You could say it was a fear factor. You could say whatever you want. Now, I don't think we view City as a team that's superior to us. We go into that game saying to ourselves, we just need to play our game, and I think we can win. And it's not an insult to City. It's just at home, I expect my team to play a certain way. And because City are transitioning, I don't know if they're gonna be like, here's the ball, you break us down, or if they're gonna be like, we're gonna try to build up from the back, we're gonna do what we always do. Whichever way it is, I think this game is going to be extremely difficult from last year, because last year they found out the hard way. They couldn't just do everything they usually would do, and they had to play different to try to get a result, and they didn't. They ended up suffering and lost 5-1. I think Pep and those players still have the 5-1 defeat in their mind, and they're going to come into this game a little bit more reserved. I don't think they're going to go as attacking as they usually do, and City have looked vulnerable. It's on Arsenal, who has looked poor, as people would say, in attack, even though we have scored a lot of goals, to find those vulnerabilities. And at home, I would expect us to get them, and I would expect us to at least score a couple goals. Whereas for City, they come to our ground and they score 2 goals. I would be impressed.
Yeah, you guys have a very tough defense. If we want to talk about last season, I think you guys did what you're supposed to do. Like when Liverpool made sure to take advantage of opponents that were weaker at the time. Sorry, United Ahmed. But you guys took advantage of City at the time as well, right? That game got away from us very late with those goals, especially from I think it was Ethan, right? So we're not going to play that way. We've already seen a difference in how we're setting up. But I was only asking because if you've played defensive versus teams with a stronger attack than ours, or even a weaker attack than ours, and now you're facing City, I think you would probably set up the same way. That's all.
You know what I'm gonna say, because I obviously haven't spoken that much. listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think, listen, the way they do the 3 CDMs, the 4 center back things, it worked for you in the first half, right? It's good for Arteta in the sense that you keep it compact. You hope that your 3 attackers can do the job. Whenever you obviously get opportunities, right, via a set piece, via stuff like that, it works perfectly, right? And then obviously in the second half, if you need to tweak it, maybe a bit more attacking, you can bring on 1 or 2 guys because you've got the depth now on the bench to do so. So I just don't see the issue. I don't see the reason for you to be going so attacking, in my personal opinion. Why do that when the game plan, in my personal opinion, is almost tailor-made to be effective over 90 minutes?
Yeah. But if Odegaard is fit, I would start Odegaard.
Doesn't matter who you're going to start or not. But
Ahmed's making a point about how you approach the game. Should you approach the game with an attack from minute 1, or better to be patient and probing and play your normal, I don't want to say defensive, but maybe like cagey or defense first, or
cautious,
and then take your moments.
Risk it first.
Because the reason why I say the reason why I say that's a lot more effective. Because listen, I know obviously Liverpool did beat you, but if you look at that first half, you were in the game, you created some good chances, right? I think the only thing that hurt you in the Liverpool game was that I think Arteta didn't realize soon enough they had to make those subs a bit more quicker. That's what hurt me. So again, I think for me, this works for you. This works for you against the top 6. Don't try to.
Ahmed was just dozing off. Ahmed was dozing
off. Listen, that woke me up. I don't know what that was.
A cheeky hook, man. You got a cheeky hook.
Listen, it's been a long day for me, bro.
That's the Price is Right thing. For the people who are too young to know that. I'm just gonna say this. Ahmed, Rak, what's your score, a prediction? What's your thoughts on the game?
I'm gonna say for you right now, easy peasy. You know what? It's intriguing because I want to say Arsenal's gonna win, and I feel like Arsenal will win the game, right? But these last 2 games by Man City, they make the fixture interesting, right? But I'm gonna have to say. I'm gonna have to say that I'm sorry, Vator, but I do think it's gonna be 2-1 Arsenal. I think Arsenal's
gonna be I would like to see City take something from this game, but even though they had a reasonable performance against Napoli and things look a bit better, I'm waiting for that sound effect, Vator. I'm sure you got something lined up. His finger's on the buzzer right now.
He's wagging.
I think I've seen enough question marks this season so far to make me think that in this game Arsenal will win. I may be wrong, and I hope I am wrong, but I think Arsenal will win.
Based on this season, yeah, I've watched every Arsenal game, so no one can say I'm hating in it. See, I watch your guys' games, right? I think City have the better individual quality, but I do think that Arsenal are going to be a lot harder to break down. And what team can do that with Man City's quality? The likes of Fodens, like the Reinders, the Rodris. Obviously, Haaland can get them behind. It's going to be difficult because they're so compact in defense. I see this game being a draw. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be like a 2-2. 2-2, I would say. 2-2. So, yeah, bro.
Let the record show he also picked a draw versus Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
What?
Okay. What's wrong with
that? So that just proves Ahmed's a bona fide Arsenal hater sometimes.
Oh, here we go. So I can't predict. You know what? Arsenal are going to win 4-0. Give them the trouble. Give them the trouble.
That's more like.
Wait. Where's the sound effect for that?
He wasn't being serious.
Vator, what's your score prediction before we move on?
Playing away is not easy, man. You guys are in very good form. Scoring is also incredibly difficult. I don't see multiple goals being scored against you. So, like United Ahmed, we see things a lot clearer than you guys.
Yeah, facts.
I see a draw. but it's a 1-1 draw.
Would you be happy with that result, Vader? Would you be happy with that?
The 1-1 draw I'd accept, but to be happy, I got to see how we play.
You want to know something? It's not going to be pretty, but we win 2-0. It's not going to be pretty, but we win 2-0. We keep a clean sheet, and And I do think Arsenal go and win this game. And I would take it as far as to say, if we don't win this game, I feel like the media circus around Arsenal will just get more, and the pressure will just build more. And Liverpool will then be 5 points ahead in September. Come October, if we slip up again, could be 7, and if it could be deja vu all over again. So we don't want that. We don't want that.
I mean, 5 games into the season, nah.
5 games into the season,
I think a draw. I think a draw is not the end of the world.
I don't want to give these guys breathing room.
No, but I think a draw is not necessarily the end of the world.
Especially if you don't play
especially in this area since Pep's been in the league. If a team drops points, even a couple of points at home in a draw against a rival, then fan bases start losing their heads, and I think that's a little bit too crazy. I do think though that if you lose, that's a body blow. But I think a draw is manageable. A draw against a very, very good team, against probably the best manager in history, is not the end of the world. But if you lose, I think that's.
Listen, I love Arsenal, but Arsenal fans can be dickheads. And
all fans can be dickheads. All fans can be dickheads.
And our fan base is the quickest to turn on the team, even though we've been decent the last couple of years. The quickest to give up on everything and start calling for going and losing their heads. So I don't want to even give these guys an opportunity to lose their heads over anything. Let's just keep the positive moods moving, and let's get the win, get the things going. And I think logically at home, I do think we should be able to have enough versus Man City. And I do think I'm not saying we're currently a better overall team than them, but we are in a better, healthier state than they are, coming off the back of a lot of players getting injured, getting a bunch of players reintegrated into the side, and still finding ways to get results and finding comfortable ways to get these results too. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and leave a comment down below what you thought of that video you just watched.